Hello and welcome to this taste challenge. I have two mezcals, Espadín mezcals. Oh, I forgot to update the alcohol level. Let me put that on there real quick, like 43%. All right, good. All right, so this is Silencio. They started doing mezcal in 2013. It's a company that mainly does resorts in Mexico. But this is made for them, and it's all Espadín agave, and it's 100% agave, as mezcal legally must be. So that's a kind of redundant statement, but it was running about $30. I might have paid 28. It may have been 28. This is Ryu. I don't know when Ryu hit the market. It's probably in the last 10 years. Couldn't really get a good date on it. Another Espadín. And yeah, it's the same price, about $30. Low end, you might find it low end 27. Most likely you won't. High end 31. You pay above 31, you're probably getting hosed. I wouldn't do it. Butch Willie says, "Oh hey Butch, thanks for watching." All right, hold on a second. Yeah, my nose is clearing up. I had a cold, caught it a few days ago. People at work coming right up to me, telling me, "I know, I've been sick." I'm like, "Thanks for getting right here, telling me that." So naturally, I got sick, but it wasn't too bad, and it's clearing up. It's just more like an irritant than anything, but still. Now it's aggravation. Both of these are twist caps, so no cork. This is a liter or 750. Bottle's pretty big. Pacific Edge Imports. That's who brings it in. It's handwritten, batch number. Everything is handwritten. It's got a nice website, so they claim it's handmade. Everything's handmade. Yeah, liter. That's the deal. That's what I'm. So yeah, $27, but you're getting a liter. A liter. There's your deal. That's your deal. Here, $28. I think I paid 27, 28. Agave angustifolia, also known as Espadín. Yeah, 750. So same price, but not the same price, because for the same price you get a liter of this and a 750 of that. So these things have to be considered if you care anything about budgeting or whatever. Johnny Neely says, "Just tuning in, are these tequilas? I've never heard of either of these products." No, they're mezcals. Tequila is a type of mezcal, but these are mezcal made with Espadín agave. Tequila must be made with Blue Weber agave. Now, I don't know how that rule developed. I don't know why that rule developed. Uh, Honestly, I just don't know. But I know that is the rule. It's like bourbon has to be made with corn. That's the law. You can make whiskey out of any grain. That doesn't matter. But bourbon is a type of whiskey that must be mostly corn. And mezcal is a liquor that must be 100% agave. Any type of agave. There's different variants of agave, like you have different type of tulips. No, I mean, but it has to be that. And tequila is even more specific. Has to be Blue Weber agave. Funny thing about tequila, you can have filler in it. It can be up to 49% filler. So, yeah, okay, got to make sure I have my labels correct, because these are both going to be clear and looking the same. Yeah. Clear and I didn't know what to say next. Yeah, looking the same. All right. So twist cap here. Yeah. 10 years ago, mezcal probably was cheap because I never heard anybody talk about mezcal. All of a sudden it became the new hip thing to drink, and then famous movie stars and singers started drinking it. Well, once that happened, showing off like, I'm drinking mezcal. Well, that was it. Then the price went through the roof. Uh, man, my friend David said tequila used to be cheap, 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 but then it became like fashionable, and now it's like expensive for most of it. Is mezcal better than tequila? That depends who you talk to. You could never answer that question objectively because it's not an objective question. It's an opinion question. Some people would prefer tequila. Some people would prefer mezcal. That's not tequila. But remember, all tequila is mezcal. So if you've had tequila, you've had mezcal. But if you've had mezcal, you may have never had tequila. Okay, we get it now. It's like if you've been to California, you've been to the United States. But if you've been to the United States, you may not necessarily have been to California. Did you happen to pick up the most beautiful girl in the world? And if you did, was she crying? What? Oh, I read that wrong. Did you happen to pick up any good liquors from your trip? Says Butch. No. But I tried some good liquors on the trip. When I was at the airport in England, in London, bored out of my mind. I got there too early, but I wanted to get there early because you never know what could happen. Delays, and then you don't want to be racing to get to the plane. You rather go through the security check-in, which I did, and the line was not long because it was like at 9 o'clock when I got there, 9:45, something. But then I'm stuck waiting around, you see. But at least you're in, you see. You don't want to be getting all stressed out trying to make it. So I looked at every store in Terminal 5. I mean, literally every store. And I'm not interested in jewelry, and I'm not interested in perfume, and I'm not interested in magazines, and I'm not interested in food. I mean, I eat food because I get hungry like anyone, but you know what I'm saying? So, but I was walking in these liquor stores, and they said, you want to try this? Because I was just reading labels to do something, like to read. I'm looking at Royal Salute. Now, I knew Royal Salute was a really fancy version of Chivas Regal. They don't even call it Chivas Regal. They call it Royal Salute. So like a separate, it's not a Ford, it's a Mercury. It's a Lincoln. And she walked up behind me and said, sir, you want to try it? I think we know the answer to that question. I said, sure. So she let me try the Royal Salute 21-year age for the low price of over $200. Well, I didn't buy it. I tried it. And then they let me try it. I tried like 4 different whiskeys, all expensive ones, and they were good, really good. And I didn't buy any because I had no way to bring it back. Well, I had a way. I could have checked it in. And yeah, I'm going to pay $100 to check baggage so I could bring back $40 worth of liquor. Sure, yeah, right. But I bought a load of beer, y'all, a load of beer. But I didn't bring it back. I drank it. I did video reviews on the trip. Sitting in the hotel in Spain, sitting in the hotel in Spanish Africa. And then sitting in the hotel in London, England, in Hounslow West, a neighborhood called Hounslow West. And I was scared my memory card was going to run out, but it didn't. I got them all recorded, so those would be fun videos, I think. Did you have question already answered? Okay, so here we go. I got them well mixed up. One more time over here. Hold on. Oh. It really is clearing up. I'm not joking. I'm not just saying that because I'm doing a video where I have to smell it. It is clearing up. Even when it was the worst, I could still smell, but obviously, honestly, you would want to be without that. doing a video, you know. Okay. So yeah, they had beer that I never seen or heard of. I've heard of obviously San Miguel. I think it's different here. There was 5.5% over there. I think it's 5.0 here. I don't know. I have to check. I got to go by that Golden City Market and check. I'm not buying it. It's too expensive here. But and plus we get the Filipino of San Miguel. They had the Spanish one. Same company, but it's made over there. And I drank a quart of that glass bottle of brown, but not on video. I just drank a quart, walking around. But that's another story. I did that carefully. But I had it hidden in my jacket. But I bought Cruz Campo, a room. Well, you'll see the videos, all kind of stuff. It was good. You know, it's all adjunct. Same thing here. All use corn. One of them used corn and rice. Well, it's not Germany. They don't have the German purity law. They got the Spanish everything goes law. Wow, I didn't realize you went on an overseas trip, says John, and they're like, yeah, I didn't say anything about it before I left. I don't tell people, you know, I don't make a public announcement. Hey, guess what? I'm not going to be home for a whole week. My house will be empty. No one will be around. People do this on the internet. I'm like, why are you doing that? You couldn't tell people when you got back what happened? But they'll be like, I'm in Portugal, and they're posting photos. It's like, will you have that bad of a need of attention that you can't wait till you get home? Do I like to see them post their photos from the trip? I do. I like to see that. Usually, you know, when it's a few photos, like a photo and then a few hours later, another one. It's when they post like, here's my photos from France, and it's like 79 photos from the same village. It's like, nobody's looking at that. And they'll be having like me in front of their house, my sister in front of the house, my children in front of the house. Here's us with a dog in front of the house. So then they got like 25 photos of them all in front of the same house. And then they'll take pictures of things like a loaf of bread. But it's no different than a loaf of bread. It's like, why are you taking these photos? We know what bread looks like. It's not that it's like different type of bread. Like if it was a unique bread, yeah, I can see that. But it's just like, okay, it's a sliced bread. Oh, they have Wonder Bread in France. Okay. Oh, look, Heinz beans. A can of Heinz beans. Well. What do you know? Okay. So do it interesting. I always say, make them interesting, and don't post 1,000 at once and then get upset that nobody's going to look at your 1,000 redundant photos. Hey, Uncle Ron just got down from watching the video you made yesterday. Oh, thank you, Invasion. All right. Doesn't smell like much, and it's not because of my cold. It's just some of these don't smell like much, but the flavor will be rich. Yeah, it's kind of neutral. I don't have COVID. All right. Not that I got tested, but then the tests don't work. So, all right. I mean, they'll tell you you have it when you don't, and when you have it, they won't tell you have it. All right. You know, we're past all that hysteria, I think. Well, some people aren't. They're like mentally damaged for life, I think. Traumatized, PTSD. 40 years from now, they'll be wearing a mask, a max. That's how some people pronounce it, a max. Let me go get my max. When they say it like that, I want to ask them a question. All right. Yeah. There's a little smoke, but it tastes like vegetable juice because that's what it is. But it's distilled, you know, succulent plant. So it's not that elaborate. So you think, oh, it's so elaborate. Really? They're not that elaborate? Well, okay, over here, taste. Cheers. I knew this would be tough because I knew that Ryu and Silencio were both mildly smoky. They're both from the same type of agave plant. They're both unaged. And they're 1 point off on alcohol, 44% versus 43. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna taste challenge, Skippy peanut butter versus Jif. You say, oh, I know my Jif. I know my Skippy. Uh-huh. Well, why don't you do a blind taste test? Let's see how let's see how different they really are. And then, of course, the people would not be able to tell them apart. And they'd say, oh, well, oh no, I did 10 taste challenges. I got it right 5 times. And I would say my point exactly. See what I'm saying? You got it right 5 times in 10 challenges, but you know Jif. Uh-huh. What are the best wines you recommend that you drink? Anything. And I'm not saying that to be smart mouth. Any wine I've ever tried, I liked it. Unless it was rancid or something, I never had that. So yeah, I just say try anything. I think people overplay wine like it's bigger than it is. Like I tried the cheapest of the cheap. Did they taste wonderful? I wouldn't go that far. Did they taste fantastic? I don't think so. Were they, tolerably good? Yeah. Okay. They're okay. I enjoyed them. I don't know what to say about it. Some people get really offended, about wine, but okay, I see what you're saying. Just be open-minded with it, right? You feel better now, huh? Good. So yeah, be open-minded with beer, open-minded with wine, and open-minded with liquor, and you'll come out ahead, I think. And with politics too. But don't even go there because some people are so close-minded and they're fanatics, like real fanatics. Insane, mainly. Not literally insane. They don't hear voices and believe things that aren't true. Well, maybe their political beliefs are based on faulty premises. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not technically insane. It's just that they act like they are. Like somebody saying, I don't want to be your friend because you voted for Trump. Or on the other hand, I don't want to be your friend because you didn't vote for Trump. And my answer would be, I would say, no, it's because you're crazy. 10 minutes ago, you were bragging about my channel and how I was just so good at reviewing beer. And I just love what you're doing here. And then you find out something about politics. It's like, I don't want to talk to you. That might be an indication that you've got a problem. Okay. Man, these are so identical. It's crazy. There are some people not being wait, what? There are some people not being each other's friends because they drink Bud Light and the other drinks Coors Light. Well, I don't know if it's that extreme. I think that might be a little bit of an exaggeration. Now, if you bring in Keystone Light, yes. Oh, yeah, they'd be very angry about that. But yes, John and Illy, I went on a trip and I was going for 6 days, 7 different days. And I went to England, Gibraltar, the British colony of Gibraltar, or territory. They don't call it colony anymore, although nothing changed. They just changed what they called it. And Spain, went to Spain. And I went to Spanish territory in Africa, Spanish colony. Oh, they call it an autonomous city, which is what it is. It's really not a city. It's a territory. There's a city in there. There's a city there, but the whole they got areas that's just woods. I was going to walk out into the woods, but it's too far away. I was like, I ain't walking that far. I could see them up on top of the mountain, but I was like, my feet are worn out. But it would be like what we call territory, but not big. Smaller than Rhode Island. Much smaller. But very interesting. And full of beer. That's why I like going to those Catholic countries, because every grocery store, convenience store, and liquor store sells beer, wine, and liquor with no regulations. And they can start selling early. Now in England, they couldn't start selling until 8 in the morning. Oh well, I just waited till 8 in the morning to go buy that Carpacki 9%. Yeah, I drank a 9%. But I didn't drink it till 8:30 in the morning. Haha. All right, anyway. I'll tell you what, this one here, it does seem to have a little bitty, tiny, itsy witsy, teeny weeny bit more smoke. But I mean, it's minimal. I'm telling you, if I was given a choice between these two products, I would obviously buy the Ryu because why? It's a liter. It tastes just as good. And it's the same price. So how can you argue against that? Answer, you can't. It's a liter. It tastes just as good. Don't say better. Maybe better, but I don't think so. And it's the same price. Put those three things together, you got a clear and present winner. There's no getting around that. I'm so glad I wore shorts over there. I was going to bring all long pants because, it's getting cold here. I'm like, wait, but I'm not going here. I'm going there. I start checking the weather on AccuWeather, and I was like, oh, no. Plus, I was having trouble fitting my blue jeans in the bag. They take up a lot of space. So I took them out. I went and got short pants, and I was like, watch, I bet you as soon as the sun comes up, it's going to get warm, and I'm going to need shorts. And boy, did it. And I took that jacket off. You couldn't walk around with a jacket after like 9:30. You'll pass out. It was getting warm, and you needed shorts. So I was like, oh, man, you made the right decision, boy. Now, when I went to England, it was 32 degrees. It wasn't snowing. I thought it was snow, but it was really just ice on the cars. But it was doggone cold, 32 degrees. And I tell you what, I was walking fast. You walk fast when it's that cold, but it wasn't windy. That was a good thing. It wasn't windy. There was no breeze. So I was like, oh, I can survive this. And I had to walk a mile from the hotel to the train station. So, but it wasn't unbearable. I ate that tuna and cheese sandwich out in the cold with no gloves. I was just eating the sandwich, walking down the street. Wasn't too bad. Wouldn't want to be out there all day. Went to Buckingham Palace. Okay, I would buy the Ryu because of the name. You like the name. Sounds like it's going to be good. Yeah, whoever it is, 32 degrees, I can handle as long as there's no wind blowing. When the wind is blowing, I start running. Yeah, no joke. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to say this is probably the Ryu, but it's so close. If I get it wrong, I'm not going to be upset about it because they're so close. Oh, heck. Okay, I got 2 wins and 1 loss. That's the doggone Silencio. Oh, well. I mean, you could see it was developing as a very challenging thing. All right, so thanks for watching. Friday. Oh, I'm sorry, Thursday. I'll try. This is gonna count for Wednesday, but Thursday I'll try to do another one. I got a good amount of mezcal. So see y'all then. See y'all tomorrow night for Joker's Wild Wednesday. You too, John and Ellie, join up.